Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in to the PSP Podcast, featuring your friendly host, Percussive173, where PSP stands for Perk Spreads Positivity, where we educate.
The 3 E's, right? You can educate, you can entertain, or you can be empathetic.
Have you encountered any gender-related obstacles or biases while building your career in content creation?
I would say the cyber stalking.
By bringing in the best of the best.
But hanging out on stream and like experiencing things in the moment with people, it was so fun. And I started it one day, I never stopped.
There's a few streamers as well who are always open to sharing all the cool things that they've discovered on their stream.
Post everywhere, post often, and do it your own way. And have fun. And have fun and be yourself.
Fine. Have fun, honestly. Like that, I love that so much because it's so true. Like, if you like the content you're making, like if you're watching it and you like it, you're not the only person.
From fitness to establish a new habit or a routine, what is your message to them?
Start with less than you think you need.
Too fitting. Would love to get some tips and tricks of the trade on like how you kind of do things in the cosplay field.
Yeah, I'd love to go into that, especially because like I've done a little bit of everything, right? So I've made some costumes, I've bought some costumes, I have my friends' old costumes, I've commissioned costumes, I like craft all kinds of things, but also I wear things. Like there's a whole smorgasbord of I do a little bit of everything when it comes to cosplay.
To VTubing and animation, this is something that I may want to get into. How should they start?
Ooh, I think everyone should start on YouTube. I think YouTube is going to be your best place for launching
metrics that creators should be paying attention to, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I think, and like specifically with like VTubing, I think it's, I think all of that is like kind of like the difficulty level is like bumped up to like expert.
And our goal at the PSP Podcast is to educate and inspire aspiring creators. And we are super excited for this week's episode, and we can't wait to see you there. So let's have a freaking party! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into the PSP Podcast, where I'm your friendly host, Percussive173, and where PSP stands for Perk Spreads Positivity. And today we are stepping into the world of esports and competitive Call of Duty. If you missed last night, we had Big Rich join us, and we talked a lot about casting and a lot about the behind-the-scenes aspect of esports, and it was really awesome. But today I have a really incredible special guest where he leads by example, and he's a dedicated streamer, the driving force behind the team Rain Above. And if you don't know who Rain is, you should definitely check them out. They're really awesome. He's constantly putting his hard work in building a competitive community that thrives both on and off the sticks. So from late night grind sessions, leading to his squads into tournaments, this is proof of what it means to be passionate, to be positive, to be disciplined, and committed to growth in the esports world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to welcome in KingTalent from Rain Above. How are we doing today?
Hi, I'm doing fantastic. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, my friend.
Absolutely. I'm doing really well today. I'm really excited because it's postseason, pretty much postseason baseball. And my Guardians,
That's
man, woo, they're putting in some work.
Listen. Being an Atlanta fan, it's a blessing and a curse.
I'm rooting for Atlanta today, right now. Like if the Braves could pull this one off, man, that would bring the Guardians to literally be even with the Tigers when they start coming to Cleveland. And I cannot be more excited. But so for everybody who doesn't know you, why don't we tell a little bit about yourself? Who is KingTalent and what got you into competitive Call of Duty? Also,
my name's KingTalent. I'm actually 27. I'm a little old, as some people say. I'm unk status from what everyone said. I actually started gaming when I was 5 years old, literally on a Xbox 360 and a Game Boy and a GameCube, PlayStation 2. Got my first Call of Duty, and I was playing COD 4 online. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just told to shoot people in game and just have fun with it, and literally fell in love with the FPS aspect. And then finally, actually, one of my friends who lived 5 minutes from me he was about 2 years older than me. He's like, yo, let's get into like GBs. And I was like, what is GB? What does that even stand for? Like game battles, MLG. It was the full circuit. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of poo-poo at COD when I was like, in that age. I was like, going triple negative. And then finally my whole like world got circled around. I started playing Black Ops 1 competitively. I was winning like $50, $100, and then finally went to MLG, Anam High, and what's the other one? Columbus, yeah. And won. I think we got second place out of, I don't know, 30 teams there, I think, and we both won $500. And at that age, I thought I was king of the world, literally king of the world. And so finally, me and him, we made a team together. Played in Challengers all the way till I played in Challengers all the way to Vanguard. After that, kind of low-key retired, kind of got a little older, couldn't keep up with the younger generations that were playing 12 hours to my 3 hours. And now I run like you said, I run Reign Above with one of the other owners, actually 2 of the other owners. And we've had competitive teams from Apex, Valorant, let's see what else, Counter-Strike, COD. It's fun. And now we haven't really announced, can't really say anything on the podcast, but we have something coming up in the COD community that maybe me and Rylo are making a little return. The old heads are coming out to play. That's all I got to say.
Oh, so they're coming out of retirement.
Yeah,
had to make the old joke, because being an old head in Call of Duty,
Right? No, as I say, me and them's coming out of retirement, so we're coming for our money.
Ooh, it's gonna be fun to actually see that come into action and come into play. As a Call of Duty player myself, someone who thrives on Call of Duty content, like I just like the game of COD in general. But I mean, both you and I can admit the game overall has gone through a vast struggle recently, and there's a lot of difficult times from the Call of Duty community, especially for somebody like me who's a sniper. Like, but you know what? It's not about the game being bad. It's about having fun. And as a content creator, and as somebody who's like an owner of an esports organization and just kind of understands Call of Duty in general, like, you got to go into it with a positive mentality, even though the game has like its rough edges, because there's always worse games out there. So how did
100%.
How did Reign Above come together, and what makes Reign stand above all the other esport communities?
So the funny thing is, when I retired from COD, I kind of got more serious in the content creation and the streaming aspect. Got my name out there a bunch, and then finally I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being solo. I think I'm gonna try to join a team. Joined a bunch of teams, they were never there, never had the family aspect, never helped me, never, hey, what do you need to be successful in the streaming aspect? Never helped me. So one day on Twitter, I was like, Reign Above. The logo looked awesome. Their name looked awesome. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to apply. If they say no. And then finally got an interview with them. I literally remember who interviewed me too. Word from word, got on the team, kind of got stuck up in life, with work and everything else going in life. So really didn't put in 100% with Reign. And out of the blue, my life kind of took a whole 360. So started to have more time for streaming, gaming, pretty much everything. Became friends with everyone. Me and Rylo and a bunch of other members, Mythia, Dev, let's see, a lot of people just became best friends, literally gaming every day. And then I was a streamer for them. I actually became the content director, literally not even like 4 months with the org. After that, we went to our first event called Loot Fest. And let me keep in mind, they've never been to an event. They didn't even know what Loot Fest was. Literally had no idea. I've never even met these people. No one's met anyone in real life. Came to Loot Fest. got our name out there. We gained over, I want to say, 2,000 followers on Twitter just from Loot Fest, doing giveaways, selling products, showing the products that we had. Glitch, I don't know if you guys remember Clutch One. We actually sold that, and then after that, the owners got in the chat with me. They're like, "Hey, Talent, we got to talk, man. It's not going our way with you." And I'm like, "Damn, I'm fixing to get fired. What did I do, man?" And actually, they actually offered me a job to be one of the owners. And after that, man, it has been full 100% selling from DreamHack, Midwest Fest, Loot Fest, COD events, Halo events, getting new members, having 10 members to 40 to 50 members. And it's been a run, man. And we're still going full throttle. Having all these new sponsorships from Zenny, Glitch, and all of them, man, they've been 100% awesome with us, helping the brand out and doing all these recruitment challenges. We just actually had an RC challenge. Shout out everyone that, participated. We had awesome creators that won the challenge. But what really makes Reign stand out, and everyone's gonna hear this and probably shake their heads when I tell you this. We literally have the family aspect. It's not just we're just some other org. We put our content out there. We let our creators put their content out there and making sure they succeed what they're doing. We always game with each other on Discord. We're playing party games, having game nights, community nights, getting to know each other. And the most important part, when we go to these events, we're staying in an Airbnb together to make sure we get to know each other. We have that family aspect. It's not just, oh yeah, I know him. Oh, I know her. It's literally that brother and sister family feel. Like we're in this together and making sure our creators are taken care of in the space and outside the space.
And that's such an important part in any type of group organizational setting, is having that family aspect. And a lot of people kind of have that, let that fly under the table. And like, there's a lot of different organizations and in like esports, like orgs out there. And like, that's a really awesome thing that you guys have, that like you create that like family setting, because that's so important, like to allow a team to just thrive off of that. So not to go like super deep into like an org setting, but what do you guys look for as far as talent if someone is interested in joining an org?
So what we look for, this is gonna sound so weird and not even clingy, but it's just like, I want you to be able to jump on a stream and just have fun. And I tell this people to all these creators, like, I get it. You love creating content. You want the extra, that little extra gas money from Twitch or the subs from Kick or those YouTube subscribers. But I want someone in Reign that's actually committed to the cause, actually streaming, actually having fun, not doing it for the money, just doing it for the entertainment purpose of having fun and making you smile. Like, if I go to your stream, I'm having a shitty day, man, I want to be able to smile and have fun. I want you to crack a joke. I want you to say something a little messed up that you're, nothing crazy, but, give me a good laugh, man. Like, I want people that actually, just, how do I say it? Just making sure they're doing the job without making it a job. And all the creators that we have are so talented, no pun intended. Like,
I get it.
Like it's just one of those things. Like, I just want you to go out there and have fun. I don't want to have to babysit you. Hey, make sure you're streaming today, guys. Hey, make sure you're putting content out, guys. Like, I just want someone that's just committed to the cause. And I hate to say that too, because there's a lot of streamers out there and creators that are not doing so much. They pop a stream out every couple of years or every month, because of burnout or something's going on. But it's all about having fun in this atmosphere. If you're not having fun with it, you're never going to succeed. No matter your views, no matter your followers, just have fun with it.
100% agree. And like, having fun, you'll hear, you guys, if you've seen any of my podcasts in the past, having fun is a critical part, especially as an aspiring creator. And in doing so, like, you gotta create the time for yourself as a content creator to be able to put that content out there. It's why whenever you hear me talk about content, I always say, have fun, be yourself, and focus on your time management and your schedule. Like, I even run a bookings link for my podcast so I could plan for certain things. Granted, one of the funniest things and one of the biggest mishaps, I think, Talent, I actually told you about this in DMs, but it's like, I had 3 podcasts this weekend, and I meant to actually close off some of the bookings for the podcast, but to kind of space it out because I don't like to overwork myself for it, because there's a lot of things behind the scene that you guys don't see in regards to podcasting, and not just podcasting, but content creation too, because we're our own audio engineers, we're our own producers, we're our own setup, and it takes a long time to like put the product that you guys are seeing together. Not making excuses, but I forgot to close the schedule, and I got put into 3 podcasts in 3 days, and I love that. I love putting out the content, but then it gets to, all right, well, now I have to be super organized with my time, because now I have to edit all this content down. I want to post everything. I want to make everybody look good, and also continue with my gaming channel, and then starting with the new channel, which I'm going to announce probably Tuesday or Thursday that I'm going to be starting with some of the new games that are coming out, which is more variety stricken. So with this podcast focusing on new creators, if you're a new creator who hasn't even hit the live button yet, what's your advice to them? What do you think they should focus on?
So my advice, I actually had a good friend of mine who actually streamed before me, funny guy, and he was that type of person where he could just go live and just crack a joke and you'd be pissing your pants. I would never understand how someone could be that funny. Unfortunately, he stopped streaming. But the advice he gave to me, he was like, when you wake up in the morning, what is your goal? Is your goal just to create content or to create an atmosphere for people to come watch you, to feel safe and have fun with it while they're watching you? And the other advice I can give is don't worry about your numbers. Don't worry about your following. Don't worry about any of that. Don't worry about the content. This content creator got 1,000 views because of Call of Duty or of other games. Play the game you want to play. Never go up and be like, oh, well, people watching, for example, people are playing Peak. I don't really like Peak. I'm not going to play it. Don't play Peak, man. Just play the games that actually piques your interest. No pun intended either. But literally just have fun with whatever you're doing. Do not let other people dim your light. Just keep, you're going to have these negative comments, and I understand it and I get it 100%. But at the end of the day, just have fun. Literally. Because if you're having fun, I promise you'll never work a day in your life.
I couldn't agree more. And a big part of content, and just to add on to the having fun aspect, you'll hear me say a lot when I talk to new creators about content in like the content world. Be introspective. Look back at some of the stuff that you have that's going on and like figure out what you can do to make yourself better. And one of the big things is looking at the metrics in the correct way. When we say, oh, we have followers, it's not about the number of followers that come into your account. It's not about the number of viewers that you have in your stream. However, it is about when that viewer count drops. That's where you want to look back at the VOD and be like, all right, so what did I do? What did I say? What happened? How can I make it like that to improve my stream for next time? So maybe like I don't say what I said, or I go about it a different way, or I have certain things. And as a podcaster, like, because I focus on the podcast more than I even do my main content, because dude, I have a huge passion for just running a podcast in general. But literally looking back and being introspective, that's 95% of what streaming really is. Learning what you can do to make your content better, learning what you can do to continuously have engagement, and just have fun. Because if you're not having fun, people are going to see it. People are going to see it, and they're going to go find another streamer who is having fun.
No, like it's kind of crazy. Like when I do streams, I do content from my YouTube, from my TikTok to Twitter. And anyone that knows me, I'm the biggest shit talker there is. But it's not personal. Like anyone that plays Call of Duty. Now, Call of Duty lobbies, I grew up in the Modern Warfare 2 age, where you say if you're a squeaker, you're getting, cussed out and getting told some, very bad things from little Billy on the other side of the mic. But when I play Call of Duty, I'm shit talking, but it's nothing personal. And like actually I had this happen the other day. I was playing Call of Duty, and some guy came in my stream. He's like, "Whoa, man, you just called that guy dog shit, man." And I was like, "Well, if you're gonna start something, you better make sure you finish it. You're not gonna call me
True.
dog shit, and I'm dropping 70 on your forehead in a rank play." So like, I'm the biggest shit talker that I know. And like anyone that plays COD with me, they're like, "Damn, down, like, damn, yeah, you talk your shit." But I always tell people on my stream, I'm like, every time I'm talking shit, I look in the mic, I'm like, it is not personal. It is literally just a game. I said, if I actually hurt that man's feelings, I'm sorry, but there's no way you're getting feelings hurt because I'm calling you dog shit after you just told me I'm dog shit. I was like, there's just no physical way you're butthurt about that.
And it's like, even from a creative perspective, like I'll bring this up because I thought it was funny and it was goofy. Like, you said I can't aim one time in a Twitter code, so I overplayed that. I made it a joke. I made it into content. I made it into a video because, like, I don't give a shit if I can aim or not. And like, I know you knew that, which is why you commented that. It's like, it's all love in the end of the game. Like, it's all love, man. But when it comes to Call of Duty, you gotta have thick skin because some of those content or comments, man, they'll really get to you. Because I have people consistently commenting on my videos like, "Oh, you're dog water at the game. Oh, that guy Talent, man, he smells," just like Rilo just said. But it's kind of like how it's just having fun, understanding that the comments can like be that, but like still just doing your own thing and like being better with it anyways. Because like Call of Duty is one of those crazy games, man, and it's super competitive.
Oh no, like I want to give you the 4 biggest games that a big shit talker, and if you play it, you're gonna get your feelings hurt real fast. You got Call of Duty up there. Number 2 is gonna be Overwatch. Number 3 is Siege. Number 4 is between Marvel Rivals and Valorant. Now,
I've never played Marvel.
Oh, you like I love playing any other games. I love Call of Duty, but each Marvel and Overwatch, there's some roles. You got healer, damage, tank. Pretty simple roles. They're not rocket science roles.
Mhm.
One you're healing, but if someone's like, "I'm gonna heal you," and this guy's going like 0 and 10, you ain't healing no one, brother. You can't even heal yourself. You can't even stay alive. Like, just play. Like, I always tell people all the time, like, if I'm talking shit in the other game, and it's not even me being mean, it's just like, hey, if you don't know how to play the game, just jump in casual, have fun with it, learn the characters. And then, like, you know what? Okay, I think I've learned the game enough. Let me go jump into rank. Listen, not everyone can be a superstar at a game. I get it. But if you're telling me, hey, I'm trying to learn the game, I'm not going to yell at you. But if you've been playing ranked for, 10 months and you're still ass, I'm sorry. It's time to put up the sticks, brother. Like, it's time to put them up. But
that's why
I
I go into pubs. That's why I go into pubs, and I literally tell the people in pubs, I'm like, "Yo, I'm so new at this game. I've never played before," and then I'll drop an ace in the next round with a sniper only.
Right?
But I'm a troll. I'm a troll as a content creator. That's always been who I am when it comes to video games.
No, I get it. Like, I play COD rank a lot. I'm a crim. I have another account on my ult that's like diamond to play with like everyone else, so they're not getting slammed in crim lobbies. We're always playing. It's not nothing serious. I don't like to lose, but it's nothing serious. But we always do this joke. One of our other co-owners feeds, he'll always type AFK while he's playing, literally in the middle of the match playing. He'll type AFK. So people go in the back spawn and like try to find him while he's just sitting there camping. And it's the most dumbest, funniest thing ever. Because they'll be like, "You lied, you're not AFK." Like, bro, no shit, he's not AFK. He's got 3 kills on our team and you just watched him rock in the middle of the map. How is he AFK? Like, what is going on with y'all? But like, Call of Duty is a love-hate relationship for some people.
It is.
You could either jump on the game and be shooting and you feel like a pro, or the next game you're going like quadruple negative and you can barely shoot straight.
Well,
And like I tell people all the time, have fun with it. Just it's have fun, learn the game. Once you know how to flow with the game, literally you're unstoppable. Like it's crazy.
So Call of Duty added skill-based matchmaking back in Warzone 2, and really, I'm gonna speak positively about COD for a second, but they really flourished it in the latest Call of Duty. So what do you think that impact has had on the Call of Duty community? Like, because I know there's a whole lot of hate that goes towards skill-based matchmaking, but there's a lot of positive that comes from it too. So I'm interested to hear your take on that.
Yeah, so when I first played COD, there was no such thing as skill-based match. You're jumping in a match, and I could be playing the best player in the world, literally. Or now I'm having fun. I could drop one game. I'm dropping 100 kills in a Nuketown match, and then the next game, they're amping it up a little. They're getting people that's gonna shoot me back. Running a jackal, jump shot and drop shot, and dropping almost a nuke. And I found, like, in all my years of playing COD for 17, 18 years, I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Because if I really want to put myself to the test, I'm going to go play rank. And that's what rank is there for the challenge that you think, okay, I'm pretty good at COD. I'm going to go jump into rank. That's the challenge of it. But with pubs, it's like, I would say it's 50-50. You either got the people that are, pretty decent, or they have no idea where they're at on the map. Like, I need to get Dora the Explorer to come get the map for them to know where to go on the map. And I've noticed a skill base with other people that are not, I hate saying this too, because it sounds like I have an ego, but on my skill level versus me playing 18 years versus someone that's been playing like, 2 years, maybe a year, but not really competitively. And then they play with me. It's kind of like, oh, I'm doing fantastic. Like, I'm dropping 80 kills, but someone on my team that's playing with me is like going 20 and 50, struggling to even get a kill because the skill-based matchmaking kicked in because of how rank I am, like how high I am. And it's just, I don't think it's fair, but I do understand why they put it in. But we'll never, in COD, players will never be satisfied, unfortunately.
I could agree with you on that. And like, in my opinion, and I talk about this a lot on my own stream too, but I feel like there needs to be like a little bit of a separation between ranked and its skill-based matchmaking versus pubs. I feel like pubs should never have skill-based matchmaking. You could run into some really incredible, amazing people, and then you could play the next game with all bots. But why is it that whenever I play in public lobbies, all the bots are on my team, and I'm always at the top of the leaderboard? I don't want to always be at the top of the leaderboard. I want to be able to like play against a variety of people, because finding those bots and messing with them and like honing certain skills that you can't do when you're playing somebody of like equal level is a completely different mindset. So I feel pubs should be that safe place where you can play anybody and anyone, no matter what it is. You can play someone on day 1 versus someone on day 20,000. And ranked should be that place where you play people of equal and or better caliber.
No, I totally agree on that. And it's so funny, like man, it's so hard to explain it, because again, it's me trying to say I have an ego, but I don't. Like, like for example, my girlfriend, she's been playing COD. She's great. She's good at it. And then let's say Rilo comes play with us. So we're on a decent skill level. And then out of the blue, she's not doing too hot because maybe, for example, the enemy team's a little higher skill gap, or we're in a diamond lobby, and but then the next match, out of the blue, she's over here dropping 3 pieces in a rank lobby. And I'm like, what the hell? Dropping 3 pieces of grenades. And then she has almost 200 minutes into time. And it's so funny to see like the skill gap of when you go to play rank into pubs. Like, it's so like I wouldn't say it's almost night and day, but if I go on my Crim account, it is a night and day from my alt account to my Crim account.
True.
And it's crazy because, you know, I wouldn't say Crim's the best rank in the world, but it's up there. Not, I wouldn't say, I would say almost 60% of players maybe got Crim, maybe that's, being a little too nice, but still, it's a big night and day difference of just having fun trying to go from pubs. Just let's say I want to snipe to get camos.
Right.
And then out of the blue, you're getting drop shot across the map with a pistol, and you're like, yo, what's going on here? Like, and you got someone that's already, the game just started, and the guy's already 10-0. And you're like, well, brother, I'm just trying to get my headshots, man. Like, like, please leave me alone. And I would say this Call of Duty is a little more, I would say a little more mean about like getting like the skill-based matchmaking. I feel like this Call of Duty has really toned it up a little more. Even from Modern Warfare 3 to Modern Warfare 2, it really wasn't that bad. You have a few games, but this Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I feel like I'm in the ringer some days. Like it, and I hate to be like I don't want to say shitty player, but not experienced player, and you're getting in 0.30 KD, and you're like, you're not having fun. I know you're not. Call of Duty, just stop. Just take skill-based matchmaking out. Have fun. Let's go back to the roots, please.
I couldn't agree more. And unfortunately, Black Ops 7 is going to be the exact opposite of that. They've already came out and said, they're like, yeah, we're going to ramp up skill-based matchmaking even more. We're going to tone down the AI moderation, but we're going to actually like go a lot harder on it. We don't want people saying any type of curse word anymore in Call of Duty. And like they're already planning on going above and overboard, and I've heard that they're trying to go in the opposite direction. But less said about COD. We all have our opinions on that crazy game. Let's talk a little bit about esports and team leadership, because Call of Duty is that competitive thing, and it gets so competitive that we created esports leagues on it. So what do you think makes a successful esports team both in and out of the game?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So from my experience playing on teams and actually coaching teams before in my life and actually owning a team, it's the passion, literally. I cannot break this down enough. You have to have passion for what you play. If you do not have the passion, you will not succeed in the esports atmosphere. From being from a coach, from having players that, don't do what they don't listen, they don't do what they're told. They kind of just do it because, oh, I'm good. No, man. You got to have this passion. You got to have discipline. You have to understand it's just like going on the NFL field and playing football. You're here to win. I'm paying you to go out there and win. As an owner, my biggest flag I have for my players is I'm not going to yell at you, but all I ask you to do if you do join the team and actually play competitive for the team, have the passion, have the understanding of like taking criticism very well. Hey, you did this play wrong. Hey, you kind of should have waited for the team. Hey, we should have rotated at this time. Hey, when you're watching VOD, don't just watch VOD. Watch how the other enemy team plays, how they approach this situation on where you're sitting at. And I've had many players on a coaching staff and coaching myself, just like, it's the ego. And everyone has an ego. And if you're telling you no one has an ego, you're delusional. I hate to say that, because we all have a small ego, and no matter what it is. Like, for example, I know you're very techie.
Mm-hmm.
And you're that guy, you're like, hey, there's something wrong with the PC. Don't worry, I got it.
I already know.
And they didn't even turn it on. So you're like, oh, I just turned it on, But like, having an ego can make and break a COD team or any esports team in the world. Like, it's kind of crazy how everyone's like, oh, don't have an ego. But when you have 4 people on a COD team and their egos are clashing, you're not winning at all, unfortunately. And it takes a lot of guts to understand, like, hey, why are we not winning? Oh, maybe because we're not trusting each other. Like, my players trust each other. They can go out there and do it. They can trust him to get his trade, to understand the call where he's coming from. Hey, it's a 1v1. Hey, you might want to grab bomb. Go plant the bomb. All right, I got you. Thanks for that. We get so caught up in the moment as a player, we're not understanding the outside of the box. We're just inside it. And we're all just we're just running, gunning, and then out of the nowhere, there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Oh, we probably need to plant the bomb. And my teammate, hey, go and plant. Okay, I got you. You're good. Hey, you might want to rotate over here and kind of watch bomb. Okay, thank you. It's about the team aspect of understanding and trusting each other on what they're doing inside the game and even outside of the game.
That's a very important point that you're bringing up, because even in all sports, because remember, esports is just an electronic sport. In all sports, you have your players, and you want your players to be successful. How do you make your players successful? Through the coaching, through the strategy, through the identity and understanding of the game as a whole. And how do you get a great coach? By having great ownership and leadership, and it's always from the top down. So understanding that, like, even in basketball, when you have a championship mentality, when you have a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? You got to have a great owner who's passionate about the team. You got to have a great general manager who's able to look at the actual staff and like decide who is the best for each individual position, who's going to be your ringer, who's going to be coming in the clutch, who's going to do the things that's going to allow the team to be successful and make a run in the playoffs. And it's not even just playoffs. It's like any type of event. There's so many similarities between sports versus esports, and understanding sports as a whole, sports management. It's so important. And going into like esports, you got to be able to have that strategy, and you got to be able to transfer that strategy to the players so that they can be successful. So I don't know how in depth you want to go in regards to the strategy, because I know a lot of people just pay attention to what they see in the stream or what they see on the field. So what is some strategies that you like to say or that you like to have your teams do?
So this is going to sound so dumb, since it sounds so dumb when I say it out loud. So back when I used to coach, I haven't done it now just because, that was kind of back in the day. So what we used to do, the strategies we used to go outside before our matches, I don't know if anyone's been at LAN events. I really don't want to go into detail, but you can kind of look it up and kind of take step from step. So before our matches, we had scrims. We did an hour of scrims, and after that, we had maybe 30 minutes to go before we go play on the main stage or go in the pits. So what we did, we used to go outside and throw the ball around, like a little bitty ball, like my coach back in the day, and even when I coached, I forgot what it was called. It was like a little stress ball. We used to throw it around for like 10 minutes. Hand-eye coordination. So you're getting the hands filled, and you're getting your eyes understanding like where to look, where to go. And oh, my camera's zooming in. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you probably had the OS spot, right?
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
It
loves to zoom in on my face. I was like, man.
I was full screen with that, so that was actually kind of funny. It just went
But you get the hand-eye coordination, and when I actually played as a player, we had hot hands, and I know they still have hot hands till today. But I actually used to meditate before my match, get in my chair, literally just sitting there meditating till the match starts. And another thing that I told when I retired and started coaching is vocals. So I'd literally sit there, we'd all look at you and we'd go, la 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 la. So when you're calming, it doesn't sound like we can understand each other. Because a lot of people, when they get hot in the moment, they're sitting there like, oh, he's going blow, he's going blow. Like, what did you just tell me? And it's gonna sound silly too, making sure you're hydrated and you eat before events. I'm not saying eat a full course meal, but get your belly full, get some water in you, get a Gatorade, get those electrolytes going. Because if you're playing and you're hungry or you're dehydrated, that's all you're going to think about. You're not thinking about the game. And I always told my players, like, hey, you're going to drink a bottle of water before you go on stage. Okay, cool. So they got the body flowing, the H2O, and it's, how do I explain this again? I can't go into detail because that's pretty much tattletelling and I'd probably get in trouble. But emotional coach too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you just lost a match and it was close, everyone's upset. Having an emotional coach under, hey man, dude, lock in, man. It's all good, man. It's just one map at a time, one game at a time, one round at a time. And let's say if you played a hard point, you just lost 250 to 100. I'm not gonna lie, you kind of just got bet. You just kind of got smacked. I'm not gonna lie, but bounce back each round, each game, each moment. Your understanding you're just getting warmed up, and have an emotional coach tell you that is actually fantastic for the players, because if someone's going negative, they're upset at themselves. But if you got that emotional coach saying, hey, like, it's all good, man. Just flow with the game. Have fun. This is your game, not their game. And it really helps even, I want to say the younger generation, because, I'm 27. But that younger generation, they're so upset because they went negative. But having someone that's a little older than them, hey, it's all good, man. Just lock it. Just relax. Let it flow. Let the nerves get out of your system and have fun. And once they have fun, it's like a switch just got flipped. It's like they go demon mode.
And that is so important, because one of the things that we talk about in all aspects of sports is managing team chemistry and being able to have that successful coach. The importance of a good coach is a make or break when it comes to the actual team itself. And like the best, I guess I would have to talk more to the coach with this question, but how would you balance the competitive grind and the team chemistry and keeping it positive and strong as an esports lead?
So as doing that, we're playing Call of Duty for a certain amount of hours a day. I love to do experiments as like, yo, let's go play Halo or another game. We're not playing it competitive. We're not, just going jumping on for fun. And building that chemistry with my players, even as a coach or player, building the chemistry of trust and laughing and having fun with each other. And just trusting each other what we do. Like, yes, this is a serious amount of money that we're playing it for, but I know I can trust him and have fun with him. And even if we lose, it's going to suck, but we can all have that positive attitude, even if we lose. Like, we're learning each and every day how to become a better player and a better teammate. And I want that with my players or for a coaching staff on whatever happens. I want them to understand you're learning from each and every day, from no matter if you're losing to winning or just sitting there having fun explaining stuff to people.
And that comes with a huge understanding of the game itself. And like I say, it goes back to like when you understand coaching, you understand the strategy that needs to happen and what's going to work best with your specific players on your team. And like, it's so important to have that, and like to be able to balance that chemistry and balance that gameplay, to turn to someone and be like, yo, guys, he's pushing B. Maybe we rotate a little bit harder on the B side and do one person on A just to make sure they're not going to pull a fast one on us to cover the flank, so that we can make sure that we get the bomb planted on B and take like 3 people out. Or maybe making the hard heavy decision saying, all right, cool, we're just going to give up on B and then we're going to surround A, so we put them into a bait and switch so they know that when they push A, they're not going to be able to get to A. It's understanding the game and understanding the vibes, and understanding that is so important. So what is some of the biggest challenges that you faced leading Reign Above, and how were you able to push through them?
Man, hopefully I don't get in trouble for this answer I'm about to give you guys.
No,
But
go for
so,
it.
literally any esports, I've been in it for a long time, and I've been in a few teams actually. I've led a few teams, and I think the main issue with, I want to say, any org, and it's gonna sound so stupid, and it's probably gonna bite me in the ass, but it's the funding, man. Like, I hate saying this, money is the root of all evil. And it sucks saying that because everything costs money. So, you know, we have amazing sponsorships that Reign Above, help us out. They send us money for our sponsorships from brand deals and this and that. But there's some times where, I had to dig in my money to buy some jerseys because number one, we may not had funding or we didn't have enough funding to make sure. And it's my job as an owner is to make sure my creators and my esports teams are taken care of. So if you go to an event and you don't have jerseys, you're going to feel kind of, I wouldn't say, you're going to kind of feel like a piece of shit because you're like, man, like, they don't care about me. They didn't send me a jersey to go rep the team with the sponsorships. Or like, as an esports owner and understanding is to keep, it's money sucks, I get it. But like, I'm not saying, I'm dropping $200. I'm dropping almost $1,000 on some stuff, from jerseys to Airbnbs to food to Ubers. And people don't understand that. Like, everyone's like, oh, they're an owner. They just own the org. No. No. Like, it is all about making sure you guys are taken care of. And in esports, a lot of these teams in the pro league can't even host events. Like, for example, I'm Atlanta FaZe fan. Shout out them. They went to, Vegas FaZe, so they're going to Vegas. But from 2020, that's when COVID hit, they hosted one event in Atlanta. And it's been, 5 years, and they've never hosted another event. And you know why? They got the money. It's FaZe. But they don't have the right amount of money to buy out a venue, buy out this, buy out this, buy out this. And I get it. Like, all these other big teams like 100 Thieves, Optic, Cloud9, I'm pretty sure there's other ones out there. Or even the ones, oh my goodness, the Falcons. Falcons video. They got money. I mean, EWC was, holding it in there and it was looking crazy. But when I tell people, they're like, I want to start my own team. Okay. First of all, have a foundation to go off. You have that foundation, and then you don't need that much money. But for some of my players that kind of, the top 250 in the world, top 500, they know they're good. They know they can go on a pro team. It's just going to take them a hot minute to get to it. But as long as they have that foundation of the team that supports them, respects them, and will always be and cheer them on no matter if they win or lose, and they have a little bit funding from and a lot of these people don't ask for much, and I respect that. We sent our CS team to Tennessee. It didn't go as planned, but in the end, they had free jerseys, free Airbnb, free Ubers. I don't know if it's free food. I forgot. But, we got top 6 in the event, I think. And at the end of the day, they weren't even upset because in the end, they went on a website. All of our team went on a website. And this is probably the biggest website for like pros to see who you are. So they're happy about that. It sucks to lose, but as long as you're learning and there's progress to be made in each event, it's a win in everyone's book.
One of the most incredible things when it comes to any type of sporting events is learning how to bounce back from losing. And as a Cleveland sports fan, I have a lot of experience watching my teams lose. I have seen my teams go 0-16 in football. I have seen my team have the worst record in baseball. I've seen my team have the worst record in basketball. And then they drafted someone named LeBron James and ended up winning a championship in 2016. But it's every failure, every loss is something that you can learn from and something that you can grow from. And you can break that down to every play. Every game that you have, you can learn from it. You can understand where you lost, where things happen, and then you can learn to not make the mistake again. And that all ties back into content creation too. It's like, I just posted a video and it had 10 views. Okay, why? Where did it go? Did I not have a hook? What can I do to make the hook better? Everything is in life can be boiled down to that mentality of learning from your mistakes and in pushing yourself to that next level. And I think that is one of the beautiful things about sports, whether it be esports, physical sports, is like you can always learn from your mistakes. And that goes
100%.
everywhere. So oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. And if you're not learning, you didn't fail hard enough.
True. That's something that people make the mistake of as well, is like they'll sit around here and be like, yeah, well, you know what, I'll deal with it. That's something that I'll deal with. And then they lean into this thing called complacency. And then instead of trying to be the Kobe Bryants of the world, you start letting yourself be the Brendan Knights of the world. And what that means is like you allow yourself to be complacent and you don't allow yourself to learn from your mistakes and you don't see yourself at that next level. Mentality is so important, guys. Mentality is so important. And like even as me as a content creator, I don't judge myself off the amount of followers I have and how my content does. It goes back to learning about the right metrics to like analyze. I learn about when people leave my stream. What did I say to cause them to leave my stream? Or what did I say to allow them to not stay engaged to my video? And that improves my overall performance as a content creator. And that can also improve your overall game-to-game play as a player. So it's a huge mentality to learn from. So we talked a little bit about the negative stuff. We've also talked a lot about some of the positive stuff. But what would you say for somebody who wants to start their own esports team? What would you say to allow them to break into the competitive gaming? What would you want to see?
So I always want to say this is just understanding what game you want to get into. Like I said, you got Call of Duty, Halo, Rainbow Six Siege, CS, Valorant, Rocket League, Apex. I'm sure I'm missing some of the League of Legends and some, I'll get cooked in the comments later about missing some of the main games. But
yeah, what about Fortnite, man? What about Fortnite?
Or Dota? Or
yeah, what about Repo Esports, man?
Oh,
how you gonna forget Peak, bruh? Lethal Company, bro. No, I'm kidding. I'm just throwing things out there.
I think he's cooked, chat.
Yeah, but, we're gonna start a Lethal Company team, bro. Yippee!
Run it.
Oh shit!
Find the game that you think is the best to watch. Like a lot of people don't watch COD, and I understand it. A lot of people watch Valorant and CS. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the hell's going on in the game. All I see is ults popping out. I see people doing this, throwing this, and I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm lost. I don't know what just happened there. But find the game you really want to get into. There's a website, I cannot think of the name, and even Discords of people that are not pros. They're not even semi-pros. They're people that are slowly trying to move up in the game and become the best there is. I would always go into these Discords or websites or even Twitter. Hey, looking for a team for Rocket League. I need 4. Or if you think you're the best player, hey, I need 3 or something. Always reach out. Always have that aspects of understanding. There's people that want to join you. And now it's up to you to understand, what do I have to give these people? Because unfortunately, you have to give something in return, no matter if it's money, jerseys, this, or this. But the main thing when I started out was respect and trust and understanding that I can jump on this game and we can win this game. And it's just hard because a lot of these people that are young are like, oh, I'm the best in the game. We'll say $200 a week. $200 a week, brother. This is a full-time job. Hold on. Let's take a step back. Like, how about I give you a nickel, and then we get jerseys made? No, that's not good enough. I'm not going to join your team. And honestly, that might not be the person for you. Just keep going out there and finding someone that you vibe with and understand. Like, hey, man, This is the game. This is what I expect out of you. Can you apply the pressure and win? Yes. All right, there you go. You just got your team. Do you know any friends or know any other people? I know about 3 other people that I trust and play with. There you go. You got a full squad. Let's run it up then.
And that's just kind of the basics, man. It's kind of putting pieces together and finding the right puzzle pieces to make things work. And like, I don't know anything about making a team. I probably wouldn't be able to make a good COD team. Putting together a basketball team, baseball team, football team, whole different story. I have a ton of experience in doing stuff like that from a coaching perspective and from a baseball sports management analyzation perspective, but my history is not super important because we're not talking about sports. We're talking about esports in a way. So it's like competitive gaming is one of those things that just breaks the barriers and from normal gaming to just having fun in a completely different style. So, I see that with what you guys do with Reign Above and kind of how Sam manages Rally too. So, what is the vision for Reign Above in the next year or two? What do you guys see with Reign Above? What do you guys do to keep everything moving?
Right. No, that's actually a fantastic question. And it's actually a very hard question, too, because as an owner, my job is to make sure the team is, staying afloat. We're good on this, we're good on that. But our main goal in about, I would say, 5-year plan, I like to call it, is making sure we have the funding for the team and we have an extra esports team. So, like I said, we have a Counter-Strike team. We actually have 2 Counter-Strike teams, I wouldn't say they're pro, but I would say semi-pro team, and then academy team, and then a Val team. And the next year, I cannot say this because I will actually get in trouble. Rilo will actually cook me. But our main goal is to get back into Call of Duty, get back in the challenger scene, and make a name for ourselves and a staple for ourselves. So, Call of Duty's not going anywhere. Valorant's not going anywhere. Counter-Strike's not going anywhere. And, maybe I'm kind of dabbling, a Halo team, maybe a Rocket League team. I can't say much, a little doing a dabble. But in the next 2 to, I would say 2 years, 3 years, is making sure we have the foundation and everyone is set up for their events. And we have enough people to go for these events. Because unfortunately, I cannot go to every event that they have. But our job is to make sure we have the coaches going to every event they have.
And that's really
and making sure they're
important.
paid for.
It's so important to be able to make sure that your coaches and are able to be there in person with the teams itself. And when it comes to I know you're talking about expansion and expanding into different styles of teams or different teams that could be useful for esports. So and that's really awesome to see, an organization that's wanting to expand, that's wanting to continue, that's wanting to push forward. So what do you do to stay motivated when the grinding and the motivation gets tough? What do you do to try to keep yourself there? Let's say things don't go as planned and doesn't go as expected.
And I'm not going to lie, it's another tough question. I've been doing this for so long. I've had burnout. I've had this. I've had so much stuff go wrong in my content journey and or my esports journey. I worked so hard to be on a team one day, and then 2 days later I was dropped. And it sucked. But as a creator and an owner, it's the leadership. Because I know if they see me down in the dumps, it's going to make them down in the dumps. And the funny thing is, I love to reference this movie. And anyone that knows Greek and Roman Empire, you understand where I'm coming from. The movie 300, Leonidas. He is leading his troops into battle. He's the first one out there. And that's the leadership I want to give to my team to understand I'm leading by example. And we actually have this not motivational thing, but, if someone, I always type in the Discord, I always type in our chat, hey guys, if you guys having a bad day, please let me know if something's going wrong, if you need help in anything, do not be scared to reach out. And if your mental health, I know mental health is a big issue in the gaming space. Yes. I've seen it for years and years. I always tell everyone on my team, if there's something you need to talk about, please do not hesitate to DM me, no matter if it's 4 in the morning, because my job is to take care of my team. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm being a shitty leader. And my main goal, and even Rilo's, she feeds as a co-owner, is taking care of our creators, our esports team, and making sure everyone is happy. And unfortunately, sometimes, you can't make everyone happy. Get it? But if I can put a smile on your face, I did something right today.
And even going into content creation, that's just my goal as well. It's like, doesn't matter what my numbers are to me. I'm in a completely different mentality, different level of where I want to be and what I want to do and how I want to hold myself. It's if I have the ability to make you smile, that's what I care about. I don't do content for money. I never have and I never will.
No.
I could monetize it if I want to, but I mean, I don't want to because I'm making money in different facets and different avenues, and we don't have to talk about my finances. But as a content creator, my goal is to make you happy, make you smile, and like kind of put you in a position where you can kind of see my day-to-day life and how I play games and like kind of what I want to do. And it's allowing you to be there, allowing me to make you smile. I know the podcast is a completely different level of perk where like I'm more on the serious front, but like I'll go into Call of Duty, I'll banter with the people, and I'll just have like some of the biggest fun. And it's like sports, esports, like everyone is competitive. When it gets down and dirty to it, you got to have that competitive mentality and keep yourself out there and put yourself in that mindset. But when it goes into content, being that trash talker and just having fun and doing it in a fun way, that's such a big thing. So, who's your biggest trash talker on your team? It's not you. You're not allowed to say you. You're not allowed to say you.
I was about to say, the next biggest trash talker, I want to say almost Riley. But his is not shit talking. It's more like, you smell. I'm like, brother, what are we doing? Say something like, your dog shit. Like, say something funny. And he'd be like, man, I bet your grass is tall. You need to mow it. And I'm like, Rilo, what are we doing, man? And there's another guy, Feeds can talk a little shit too. I'll give it to him. And I would say my girlfriend can talk shit too. I've heard her say some things, and I'm like, whoa, what you doing? And he's like, he called me shit, so I told him he was dog shit too, and he's a little crybaby. I'm like, hey, you know what? That's fine by me. And I've also figured out when people start playing with me, they kind of shit talk more, and I love it. I'm sitting there giggling like a schoolgirl. I'm like, yes, let the rage consume you. Tell him he's dog shit. Tell him he's not good enough at the game. Like, yes. It's just a variety of people in our team. But I would say Rilo's under me.
It's definitely all about having fun. Like when I shit talk, like I usually don't shit talk. I'll usually respond to other people's shit talk. So like someone will be like, yeah, you're like bottom of the leaderboard or something, and I'm not actually bottom of the leaderboard, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just came in the middle of the game. What's that make you? And they're like, well, you're still trash because you don't have a kill yet. And I'm like, I know, it's been one round, and then next round I'll drop like 4 kills, and they'll be like, oh man, I'm 4-1, and you still have 2 kills, and you've been in here for 5 rounds longer than I have. Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? Is everything okay? And they get so mad and visibly mad, and it's one of the funniest things to see. There's an art. I love it. There's an art to shit talking, and like it's not just sorry, Rilo, it's not just saying that you smell, but it's going to that next level and going to that next run and just like pointing something out about the actual gameplay and just being real, but also at the same time goofy, and it is so much fun. So
it's fun. Like back in the day, shit talking would go a little far.
Yes, it would.
Like way, way, way far.
Any old COD heads, like you're in like the
like
old Black
someone's
Hop
telling
ones.
me they're gonna come see my mother, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, tell her she's a nice lady if you knock on the door,
right?
And I'm like sitting there like, it's a little weird. I don't want you coming to my house, but I get the shit talking. But when people shit talk me, I love it. It adds this feel. Like when I'm doing shitty, I'm like, all right, someone tell me I'm dog shit. Someone tell me I'm ass. And out of nowhere, I just snap and just go off on the game. Like I love it. Like shit, it puts a little warm feeling in me when someone starts shit talking. I'm like, all right, let's just run it. Like it's not just like, oh, you're dog shit. Yeah, I am. Oh no, talk back. Like a little back and forth banner. And then at the end of the day, you can be like, yeah, GG, bro. Yeah, GG. Like, just have fun with it. Don't go over the top, but just have fun.
And it's so important is just having fun. And it's like we've talked about esports, we talked about esports management, we talked about just gameplay and banter. And I say let's change the tide a little bit and let's talk about content creation. Because not only when you're running an esports team is it important to have like skilled players and skilled management and skilled coaching and skilled leadership, it's also important to have a good content team in front of you too.
Mm-hmm.
So content is one of those things that I just have a heart for. It's just having fun, but having fun in a whole different manner. And so what do you guys look for as content creators or from a leadership perspective?
Oh, right. So as leadership, when we actually did our RC challenge, that we did, oh my goodness, summertime, I believe. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So what we looked for, I think we had over 20 people apply to be on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, each challenge was different from each week. One challenge was like, hey, tell us who you are. Oh, I'm little so-and-so from down the road. I've been creating content for so much longer. This is what I play. Okay. Everyone pretty much passed that, you're just talking about yourself. But we also look for the creativity of understanding, like, you're not just playing one game. And I know a lot of people play just this, or this. But with content creating, you have to play more. You have to understand, like, you kind of have to go where the content is.
Exactly.
Like, you may not love COD. You're definitely not going to play COD. But, you have Valorant, you're kind of good at Val. You're staying on Val to get that content out for Val. And then let's say everyone's like, hey, let's play Marvel Rivals. Never touched Marvel Rivals in my life. But you're still taking that step when you're streaming. People are kind of like, wait, why is she or he not playing Val? That person always plays Val, and they're playing a new game. So it kind of counteracts of more people are interested because you're taking the next step, and you're flipping the script, and you're changing up the schedule. And that's why I tell all my content creators and streamers, I'm like, hey, listen, man, as long as you're putting in the work and understanding that you got to put out this content, then we're set. Like, I don't ask for much from them. All I ask for clips. They get clips made. We put it on our socials so they're known. And all our clips from me playing Call of Duty for someone going on Val to getting an ace, or someone in, I don't know, Repo giggling because they fell off the map, or someone's playing Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
It's all different content. And I always say, like, the more variety we have, the more input we're going to have, and the more traffic we're going to have for everyone.
What's really interesting about the world of content right now is there's so many different games that are just starting to blow up and come in. And like, as of right now, GTA is making a massive resurgence in the content front. Skate, the game Skate right now is making a massive resurgence on the content front. And not because the game is, well, good, but for Skate, it's because of all the glitches that you can do.
Right.
And people who are like glitch hunters are having an absolute blast because it's the first game where you can roll faster than you can skate. And like the content fields with that are just endless right now. And like this stuff is like people are starting to immerse themselves in different open world MO games and even different FPS shooter games now. And it's like it extends far beyond just Call of Duty. And I think it's awesome to pay attention to the world of content because the tide shifts so much. Like it used to be that FPS shooter games back in like 2012 to 2018 were like the big thing. Everyone wanted to be a trick shotter. Everyone wanted to take the games like to the next level and showcase how good they are. And then it switched over to like role play games, MMO games, RPG games, and now it's IRL content. It's like, so what types of things as an esports leader do you guys look for from the content world?
Yeah, so being in the esports league and understanding their content is everywhere, literally everywhere. So I can actually touch on this a little. Even when we pick up players, we don't do contracts because contracts are the devil. And anyone that knows in the business side, you know what I'm talking about. When we pick up players, we're always like, hey, like, love to have you on the team, you know, but we want you to play for us in a, you know, competitive aspect, but also do content for us. And they're kind of like, what do you mean? Like, I'm confused. Like, you mean a camera? No, no, no. Like, not interviews. I'm talking about like, hey, I'm going to get 5 people that never played Valorant or Counter-Strike, and we're going to go up against you guys. Oh, well, that's not fair. I know, but it's funny-ass content. The Reign Above owners getting shit on by their own team. Funniest content you can have on. And they're like, oh, okay, cool, cool. And then we're actually doing a small video soon of the Counter-Strike guys. We're going to play like Repo or something. And all these guys, all they do is play Counter-Strike. Like, I promise you, there's one of my players that has over 500 hours in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, brother, do you sleep? What is going on? Like, you got to play something else. And we're just going to go on and play Repo and just have fun. Creating content. They never played the game. And then, you know, they're not buying an op. They're not throwing a smoke or molly down mid lane. They're literally just picking up shit in a cart and winning the game. But when I'm picking up players for a team, I don't just look if they're funny or this or this. I always look at the personality, who they are as a person. Are they great on camera, and then you get to off camera like, so I don't want that person on there, because I don't want someone to go on Twitter and type out some crazy message about so and so, because it's a drama thing.
Yes,
we're not in it for the drama, man. I'm paying you to go play. I'm not paying you to go tweet. And it's always about the personality. I love the personality of my players and picking up players. I don't want to pick up no one that's going to start drama, because it's going to be more of a headache for me to get a fire extinguisher and put it out. And now my team is under fire because he made a comment saying he doesn't like blue cheese. But then the blue cheese, you know, cord comes out and they're threatening to fucking dox him off the world because he doesn't like blue cheese. I'm like, all right, let's not put that tweet up there, man.
And like, drama is an unfortunate part of the content world. It's like there's ways that like you can. I always tell people, like, especially for new and aspiring creators here, is like, keep your head down, do your own thing, but also allow yourself to network and allow people to come into your environment and kind of see what you do. But like, because there's a lot of ways to avoid drama, and don't let yourself get kind of sucked into the drama, because it's not a good look. Brands pay attention, like networks and orgs pay attention. So just keep your head down, do your own work, make your own content, stay in your lane, but also have fun while you're doing it. And that's just so important.
It's crazy. Like, I can actually shout out, or people that know these people, Sergeant Jackson, BB Jess, Miss Savage, all those big kit creators and even Twitch creators, man. You know, you see they're in small drama, but they still are true to themselves. I could watch them on stream and I can meet them at events and they're still 100% true.
Exactly.
Like I remember I got in a game with Sergeant Jackson one day, beginning of Black Ops 6. He had a full-on group, and it was just me and like a few of my friends. And he's like, oh, what's up, man? Like, he knew who I was. He's like, yo, shit on you. And I'm like, whoa. Okay. All right. Okay. And that game, man, I absolutely went nutty. I dropped over 80 kills in a hardpoint match. And he's like, all right, man, my bad. I didn't mean to shit talk. GG's, brother. And then got to play with him, joined Discord, had fun with him, and met him at events. And he was like, yo, next time I see you, I'll buy you a beer. Though you saw him at the previous event, bought him a beer. And we sat there and talked and chatted for a few minutes and just had fun. Like the same personality I'm seeing online. They're not fake. They're 100%. It's the same with BBJS and Miss Savage. They're 100% of who they are online and in person. They're fantastic people and fantastic creators.
I honestly could not agree more, because like seeing some of the people that go through certain aspects and certain avenues and like still being the same in person as they are, it's such a genuine trait. And it's like, us content creators, we may not talk about the drama, but we see it. We all see it. We all try to stay in our lane and do our thing, and they do a phenomenal job of dealing with the stuff that they go through. But like having that ability, also, hi Joplin, yes Cat, having that ability to be like true to yourself and being the same in person as you are online is such a huge thing, which is why I strive as a content creator to always be my own person and be exactly the same online as I am going to be in person. You see me in Discord, I'm going to still be the fat, goofy 30-year-old that's going to be here. You know? Like, it's going to all be the same. I'm always going to be Perk. Joplin, I know you want attention, but I'm talking to people. And I have...
No, it's crazy. I understand what you're coming from. As me, like, anyone that knows me, they're like, yo, that talent guy, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
and
nothing wrong with that.
And like, it's just who I am. I'm very sarcastic. I'm very funny. If I'm actually hurting your feelings, it is your job to be like, hey man, you said I smell. I'm really upset about what you just said. All right, my bad. My apologies. It won't, it will never happen again. I will not tell you that you smell. But like, I've been online for so many years, been in COD in the scene, and people's like, yo, that talent guy, he hates me, which I probably do. Maybe.
I probably do. Maybe.
Maybe it's 50 shot. Well, it depends on, but I always tell people that me and Rilo are so different and our other owner feeds. People go to Rilo for personal issues because he's going to sit there and talk to them. I'm still going to talk to you, but I also am going to be like, I'm going to be kind of an asshole and be like, well, what's going on? Like, why are you like, and we're the yin yang is what we're called. And he's like, when shit needs done, they come to me and shit gets done. That means I got to be an asshole. But I always tell people, if you don't know who I am and you don't get to know me, you're just going to think you think I'm some other asshole. But these people that I meet at events, from even big creators to small creators, from people that are like, wait, I know you, dude. You're that guy that plays Call of Duty and yells at people and tell them they're trash. Yes. And it's funny because the people that want to know me will not call me a dick. They'd be like, oh, he's a little sarcastic, but he's not really a dick. Just get to know him on a personal level. Like, sit there and talk to the man about something. Like, and I know the drama and it's just drama too. People like, oh, he's just asshole because the way he talks on COD. Bro, that's just me talking shit. Like, and I could literally get 5 people on the line right now and be like, yeah, you kind of are a dick, but you're very loving. You care. You actually care. They just need to get that deeper side of you. And a lot of people now do not want to get a deeper side of you. And I hate saying first impressions are a major thing. Maybe I'm having a shitty day and I shake your hand. Oh, great talking to you. Well, now you're upset because I didn't look you in the eye or something, or I walked away because I was having a shitty day. And I don't want to out that person. That's mean. But I could, but I can't do that. But for example, I met this streamer when I was in the league, and he was like, we played against each other, and he hated me, literally hate. And then one day, like, I was like, bro, I don't know what I did to you. Like, if you tell me what I did, I'll apologize. And he was like, I just, you're just an asshole, man, the way you are, blah, blah. And so literally we sat down and had a beer. I bought him a beer we sat there for 2 hours, just chatting it up, eating shit. And he looked at me, he's like, I'm so sorry to misjudge you. I'm so glad I got to sit down and got to know the real you. and not your online persona of, just being a dickish. And I said, I respect it 100%, brother. Thank you for giving me the time to talk to me about it,
What's really interesting is you bring up the first impressions thing, and I'm a firm believer that as a content creator, it is one of the most interesting and also difficult things to understand first impressions. Like, when you're a smaller creator or a newer creator or a budding creator, you have a very difficult task. You have to make a first impression within 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds to hook a random chatter. You have 30 seconds to say, so someone comes into your stream, let's say like, all right, some big name creator, Valkyrie or Pokemon comes into your stream, right? You have 30 seconds to really hook them in, to make them want to be there, to make them want to stay in. With my mentality for anybody who is new going into content creation, it's how can you make your streams consistently have that hook to draw people in, to allow your chat to be interactive, which is it. When I do run this podcast, I do have an unfortunate thing where I do say, hey, yo, we see all your comments and we appreciate you all, but we see them, but we're probably not going to respond. So people are going to probably go and that are not here for the educational aspect of it. They're going to go to somebody else where they can interact, where they can have fun and they can do their thing. But as a content creator, you have 30 seconds to get somebody and draw them in, to get that follow, to allow them to continue to interact with you. So I don't know, is there something that you do that allows you to do that?
So from what I've learned, I'm not the craziest creator in the world. I'm not the biggest creator in the world. But what I do, anytime I'm streaming a game and I see someone new, I'm like, what's up, man? Or whoever it is. I'm like, welcome into the stream. I appreciate you dropping by. And I always ask this question. I'm like, hey, how did you find me? Were you just scrolling on Twitter and you saw my link, or you're scrolling through Twitch and you're like, yo, that guy kind of looks like a handsome devil. Let's click him. Or his gameplay, or the title's like, dumbass plays Call of Duty. Like, I always ask that because number one, you're answering the question. You're like, hey, welcome in. It gives them time to figure out where they found you from. Oh, I found your link on Twitter, and you look like a funny dude. Oh, thank you for dropping by. What games do you play? What I love to do is keep asking questions about first-time chatters, or even chatters that are new and they haven't followed you yet. Always ask at least 2 to 3 questions. If they don't follow me by then, I'm like, hey man, I appreciate you stopping by the stream. Thank you for, giving me that view. If you enjoy my stream, I would love for you to drop a follow. If not, you don't have to. But I always try to keep my audience engaged and understanding. Keep asking questions and then make a funny joke to them. Because if I can make you laugh, you got that follow in the bag, like literally.
Absolutely. And that's so important to be able to engage and get that interaction from people as they like enter the chat and kind of make their presence known. So I actually have a weird little formula on how to get people engaged and get people interactive. So if you ever come into any one of my streams, I'm going to almost consistently play Call of Duty, which is a very oversaturated game, and not a whole lot of people are going to enter COD streamers, especially smaller ones. So I'm going to post content that's going to be completely out there, that's going to be completely outrageous, that's just going to be really funny and really goofy. And then you're going to see that, and then you're going to see the little live circle. And when you see that live circle, then you're going to come into my stream, and I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. I'm going to be interacting with the enemy team. I'm going to be commentating over my gameplay. I'm going to be talking about my thought process of where I'm going to go and how I'm going to do it and why I'm going to do it and what's going to happen. Because if you sit there and then you just snipe and you're like kind of quiet, people are just they're going to pop in. They're going to be like, oh yeah, no, he's playing a game. Ooh, he's actually pretty good. All right, cool. Let's see who else is on. And because the level of being able to retain an audience and to gain an audience in a game like Call of Duty is so difficult, but so much fun. And you got to have that formula where you have people consistently engage in the content world. And that's a whole different level of understanding, like kind of how to play the game, and is playing the games that you're comfortable with. So that's my 100%. Trick of the trade.
That's awesome, actually. I love like picking the brain of people, anyone that's big or small, like understanding how they get their audience to stay, or that first time chatter, or like getting that raid. Hey, I'm gonna go raid so and so. They may not even care, but at least you're doing it justice. Hey, I'm putting my new time chatters somewhere. Oh, my friend's stream. Let me go in her stream or his stream. And hey, let me just put the train on them. Show them that, hey, I'm also funny, but I also have a friend that's also 10 times funnier than me and a little more goofier than me. It's always putting the aspect of the support of other big creators and small creators in this atmosphere.
Absolutely. And one of my highlights, I would say, is like when I got rated by Timmy Toucans a while back.
Oh, nice.
And Timmy is a phenomenal content creator. His content is kind of everything that I kind of he's a big inspiration on the content style that I do. Him, Dr. Chubbs, Facebook Cracked, Whoa, like those The Only Shady, Bad Bear Gamer, like those core creators, those core 7, like those are people that I watch a lot of their content of, and that's a lot of the style of content that I mimic my style of content on. So I was able to get rated by Timmy and retain 30% of the audience. I consider that a massive W, because getting rated by someone, that's awesome. That's cool. It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
They're sharing your community, and it's like one of the biggest honors from creator to creator to be able to allow somebody to accept their community like that. However, being able to accept and retain that audience, that's a whole other level of work that you gotta work on. It's so difficult.
Like, I always put this in perspective as understanding. So if I go play Call of Duty and I'm going, and there's Nate Shot streaming, Nick Merckx, you got all these big boys streaming, no respect. I'm not getting nothing. I'll have my like maybe 5 viewers, 10 viewers at the bottom of the shit barrel. No one's gonna look down and go click my link, which it sucks, but it's just how it works. So I actually got rated out by oh my goodness, who was it? Attach.
Okay.
COD Pro. I got rated out by Attach one day, and it was back in, what was it? Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3. Just playing rank, solo queuing, sitting there, music jamming out, having fun. I'm at my 4 viewers because it's early in the morning or something. And my sound cues weren't working for some odd reason. So I'm sitting there playing. I look back, and I went from 4 to 130 people. And I'm like, what? This gotta be a glitch. And I guess the raid glitched out or something. And it finally came in like a couple of minutes later. And I'm sitting there like, holy shit, I just got raided by a COD Pro. Like, oh my goodness. He stayed chatting with me, and it's been a hot minute since I don't know how many, but I gained over almost 100 followers that day just from playing COD, chatting up, and talked to him about how the pros do it. And I was just doing me, man. I thanked him for doing that, but I was not begging for followers. I was not begging for subs. Like, it's all about when you get rated or this happens by big streamers, just understand they're still human. Even if you say thank you goes a long way.
Yes.
And people do not understand that. I've rated people. I've got rated. And when you raid people, go in, get the raid. Hey, raid, so-and-so raid party coming in, come in, blah, blah, blah. You're showing them that you care. If you raid someone and don't do anything, you just drop your stuff in there and leave, they're going to be like, oh, thanks, talent, for the raid. And I'm not there. And they're like, it's just like, I'm supporting you, but I want to be there. I want to see that smile on your face that you just got an extra 3 to 10 to 100 viewers and extra followers. It goes a long way from getting a raid and just 1 follower a day for someone.
And I that's why I always make sure to communicate to anybody that raids into me. It's one of the biggest honors from creator to creator. I mean, sure, you can do like all the fancy stuff like, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, it's so exciting and awesome. But I mean, like, there's a level beyond that. They're trusting you with their community to somebody to watch if they want to continue to watch Twitch. And they are suggesting you to their community. Yeah. So in that mentality, like being accepting of somebody who's rating you is such a huge thing. So the last question that I kind of want to ask, is this is geared towards newer content creators, aspiring creators, some people who may want to take the steps to get into an esports league, or maybe take the steps to go like that style of route of creation. What is your suggestion to those creators who are looking to get into esports? What do you want them to know?
Oh man, that's a crazy question too.
Yeah, it is.
It's such a crazy question because I always tell these creators that want to get into esports that think they're, good at the game or understanding, like, oh, I might be a little decent. Listen, go on YouTube, whatever game you're playing, study. This isn't a test. This is like, if you want to take this seriously, study the map, study the guns, study rotation, study whatever you need to study. After you get done studying this, go in a private match. Learn how to do this. Learn how to do that. Watch these pros on how they position themselves, how they understand the map, how they're reading this play and out to play. Because I promise you, if you just jump straight in, 3 things are going to happen. Either you're going to blow up, you're going to get big, which is very rare to happen in this space of time. Or number 2, you're half in, half out. That means everyone knows you, but you're not getting picked up. Or number 3, you're going to go full throttle and get burned out and just be, I wouldn't say shit at the game. You're just going to lose so much respect for yourself because you just put full throttle and jumped in, and now you're on a team going 0-10, and you're the shittiest player on the team. You need to learn what game you're playing, learn the rotation, learn the map, and learn each experience from the pros also. And from me playing so long, no one ever believes me in this. I don't get nervous. I'll be in a 1v1, it's another day in paradise. And, I'm playing with other people. They're sitting there, hearts pumping out of their chest, about to pass out. They're sweating. Their hands are all clammy. I don't know what's going on. But, I tell people, just relax and have fun. But when you're playing, I love COD. I'm going to say COD. I tell everyone that plays with me, if you're serious about COD, I will take you in a private match, and there's videos online of a pro explaining the map to you. Hey, this is what you do in this scenario. This is where you're going to rotate to. Do not take this route. When you're chowing this person, don't do this. And it's going to help you, I promise you. But it also takes time. Do not push yourself so hard, because I promise you're going to burn yourself out and you will fail.
I couldn't agree. I could not agree more. Understanding and taking the initial steps, taking the initiative upon yourself is so important to the game of COD. You got to understand, for anybody who is aspiring to get into COD or wants to be in esports and wants to take that next step, there's always going to be somebody better than you. There always is. Even if you're the best of the best and no one can even touch you, and you might come into that situation where you might lose. So,
I mean, it happened to Atlanta FaZe. Everyone hates FaZe. Everyone loves optics. But I love to use this example. Draza. Everyone hates Draza because he has the ego. But I don't think you understand what he did to make big. He lived in Alaska, in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. The most famous person up there is Santa Claus. Literally. He came here, won a championship with 100 Thieves, and still one of the top 5 ARs in the league. Mm-hmm. And if he can do that from Alaska, imagine what you can do with the support you have and the understanding how to play the game and never giving up. Do a little John Cena, never give up.
Putting things in perspective, I'm a Call of Duty player who never was good at sniping. I used to never be great at it. I used to never do any of that stuff back when it was Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, some of the old style games. For years, I was watching some people trick shot and snipe, and I'm like, dude, I want to do this. I want to try this. My friends laughed at me. They're like, there's no way. These people are professionals. That's why they do it. So 6 years, the only thing I did was run a sniper only. run a sniper only. I play Warzone, run a sniper only.
Mm.
I this is all the way from like Black Ops 3 to like when Warzone dropped before I picked up an AR again after Warzone. So 6 years of learning how to snipe, learning how to create, watching YouTube videos, learning things, practicing in private matches, practicing against bots, learning how to be good, and now I'm hitting clips like it's my day job. Even though it's not.
Mhm.
But like now I can literally close my eyes and snipe somebody across the map in Nuketown, and I can predict their spawn and figure out what
Right.
movement they're gonna do, and now it's just a sniper. It's like, oh well, you didn't go this way, so you're obviously over here. Oh no, now you're
Mhm.
dead because I predicted your rotation, and now I'm a hacker and getting reported and shadow banned in Call of Duty because you guys don't understand that someone just is smarter. So, but it's if you really want it, you want it. Train
Oh,
it.
100%. Like, I get told I'm a hacker probably 5 times a day on COD.
Mm-hmm.
And like, my girlfriend is literally was like, how is he hacking? He just knew I was there. Brother, I've been playing 17 years of Call of Duty. I promise you, I can spawn in and tell you where you're going to go before you even.
Well, yeah, because you learn the maps and you learn the spawns and you learn how to flip spawns too.
Yeah.
It's a
And
whole
like,
different
just,
level.
and like, learn, and like, I always tell people all the time when I played competitive, I'm not playing. I'm playing against me. Like, what would I do in this scenario? You're in a 1v1 scenario. What am I going to do? I got the bomb down. I got 20 seconds left. Am I going to play time? Am I going to run around and save my life? What am I going to do in this scenario? So I always think when I play against that other player, like, okay, they're not here. They're not there. Okay, they have to be in these other 2 locations. If they're not, then maybe I need to retire or something. But still, I always tell everyone, when you're playing against yourself.
Exactly. It's a huge mental game. It's a huge learning. Like everything that you do, every gameplay that you do, you need to learn. In Warzone is completely different. You can't go from ranked multiplayer and then go into Warzone and expect to be good at Warzone. I actually had someone who was talking so much shit about Warzone with me before. I'm not going to say the name of the creator. And they're like, well, Warzone's just so easy. You just run around with AR. I'm like, okay, here, play around with me. I'll sit back. I'll let you lead it. And they don't know the map. They don't know the rotations. They don't know how the circles run. They ended up only dropping 2 kills. Luckily, they even got 2 kills. And then they died instantly twice and could never regain and could never reposition. And we never were able to get that, even though I dropped 40. So
Damn.
it's like, understand, like, there are different avenues, different aspects, different levels, different things. And you have to take the time to learn them.
Mm-hmm.
You
do.
If you want it, you're going to want it. And you're going to do what you
exactly.
can to want it. And that
Like,
is going to be a difference.
Like, I can jump on multiplayer rank or casual and drop mounts amount of kills. I can go to Warzone. I'm not getting 60 kills. My average in Warzone's maybe 15 to 20 kills.
That's better than most. That's better than most.
So I think I've got to Crim max, highest rank in Warzone.
I just don't play ranked. Because I'm a different level.
Like, I love ranked though, man. I gotta have something to win. If I'm playing, like, people who play casual, for example, anyone knows Stephanie Evans.
Steffi's great.
Steffi is great, fantastic person, very fantastic. When anyone that's watching her stuff, you're gonna watch it and she's talking shit. She's just having fun though. She's been in some crazy videos of people upset, but she is always recording and understanding. So like seeing that, like, oh, so and so said this about me, bro. Like, she's talking shit back to you because she doesn't want to hear that from you. And people take it out of context, and she knows what I'm talking about too. And all these other small creators know what I'm talking about too, and you see them on the timeline. But like, we're just having fun. Like, it's pubs. Go have fun. Let someone snipe. Let someone knife. You're not winning any. You're winning XP. And I like to bring this in rank because you get your SR. Then you have these people that are playing for imaginary money. Like, oh, it's 250. Congratulations, you won an imaginary $20 bill. Like, I get it. I understand it. But like, this is when you're playing any other ranked game, you're just like, SR's on the line, RP or something. It's just fun to get in a rank play and you have something to lose, you lose in casual, well, you lost in casual. But seeing people get so butthurt because they lost a casual match and start crying and cussing you out, I'm like, bro, relax, man.
It's casuals for a reason. It's literally why I run around in casuals with a sniper only, and sometimes like a stick, or like I'll only use a throwing net or
I saw your
axe.
TikTok of you got an ace with a stick.
Yeah, I got an ace with a stick.
They're like, oh, nah, you're cheating, brother, and then you're just like, brother,
no, it's sleeper agent.
I'm like, and it's so funny. Like people don't know what a sleeper agent is. Like we were playing casual the other day, and there were 6 or 5 of us. Sorry, so we had a random on our team. He's in a 1v1 situation, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the blue, there's 2 players on our team. There's a sleeper agent, and I'm like, brother, I don't know if you have your mic on, but he's gonna come behind you. I need you to look behind you. And he's like, nah, man. I'm like, it's a 1v1. It is not a 2v1. I need you to pay attention. And he's like, dude, no, like, I'm fine. And he dies by him. And I'm like, bro, all you had to do was look at the mini map. That's all you had to do. He's like, well, I was wondering why there's a random dot on the mini. I'm like, man.
It's not random.
It's not random.
It's so goofy sometimes. It's like, but that goes back to what you were saying about knowing the game and understanding the game. There's different avenues in different locations in different areas, and like when it comes to COD. And that's why like it's so funny to me, like where I actually had back-to-back TikToks where people didn't know what sleeper agent was, and then they called me a hacker, and then I get reported and I'm shadow banned, which is why I haven't played COD in a week. It's like it's stuff like that. It's like
no, I've been shadow banned a while on my COD accounts. Even on my main, I'm not dropping I'm still dropping numbers, but I dropped a 70 kill game in a crim lobby, and this kid just assumed I was hacking, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, shoot back. So he got me banned, and then shadow banned, and on my ult account, I get reported daily. Like, I get probably 5 reports on my ult account. And finally, it's an Xbox account, and they sent me a message. I was banned for 24 hours. Bro, like, are you serious right now? How am I going to hack on an Xbox account? I mean, it's possible, yes, but
it's so difficult.
Why am I going to go out of my way to hack? Like, there's no reason to. You're not learning anything.
Like, I have a $10,000 PC setup if you put everything together. There is zero reason for me to put hacks on my system. Like, I spend enough money to play it the right way to be able to handle myself and put myself in like a specific situation, like to be able to play the game well, because Call of Duty is so demanding now on like your system. Like, I had to go get a Ryzen 9 5070 Ti with 16 gigabytes of VRAM, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 4 terabytes of hard drive space, lower everything down to the bare minimums just so that like everything is actually able to run standard and smooth. It's crazy.
That is crazy. Like, for COD, like, I've never cheated in any video game. Never, I'm back in the day in Black Ops 2 and the game was dead. But like, I'm not hacking or in a COD 4 lobby. But like, the best thing I do, I literally got a scuff. I actually just got a brand new scuff. My girlfriend sent to me. I mean, like, dude, check this out. This thing looks sick.
Oh hell yeah!
Like,
my scuff controller, you can
so
see, like,
clean.
Mine's so old. You can see where I keep my hand.
Oh wow! As I say, I have my blue one I use all the time, and I have so much bad stick drift. I'm literally, it was AFK minute, and I'm looking straight ahead. I come back, and I'm looking all the way behind me, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
My stick drift is so bad from time to time. Like, it's because this is so old. My next big investment is actually a controller. So like, that's going to be something that I'm going to invest in. And like, I might do another scuff controller. I might do an aim controller. Who knows?
Yeah.
Controller companies, hit me up. No,
hit them up.
No, don't actually. Only if you want to. But we'll get something wrapped up. But speaking of wrapping up, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to KingTalent for joining today's podcast. And
yeah, thank you.
is remember that this podcast is all about you guys. It's all about the budding creators, people wanting to get into the field of content. And it's a huge shout out to KingTalent for pulling up, talking not only about his Call of Duty grind, but talking about Reign Above, talking about esports, talking about what it takes to even get into an organization. Like all of these amazing, awesome things that like I hope you guys learn from, hope you guys take to heart. And if you guys want to keep up with KingTalent and Reign Above, please make sure you're following them. Please make sure you hit them up on Twitter. I'm sure he's always open to DMs and supports, and check out their streams, check out their socials.
Or you need a hard carrying COD, I got you.
Or if you need a hard carrying COD, pick me because he can't shoot straight.
Who, me?
Yeah, you, Mr. Smelly.
Okay.
But
hold on. Nah, I smell good today, man.
All right, I got you. But I appreciate you all. Thank you, everybody, for tuning on in. And until next time, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, stay positive, and we will talk soon.